Hi.
Truly, truly behind the scenes.
I'm Cami Kaos.
Yeah, you are.
And this is Rick Turoczy. And together we're mildly interesting people. God, you didn't even turn your lights on.
I can't get my camera to work. It's so you get crappy camera. My head is giant.
You are very awful. Close to the camera. Do I need to get closer? What are you doing?
I don't know. This camera.
Do you people see what I have to deal with every day?
I got so used to the iPhone and the good content. I will not name our. What is going on with my cheeks? I will not name our recording friends. Yeah, I can use my phone as a mic,
but not as a camera.
No, I can't.
It's weird. And now you're not even on. Oh, there you are.
I know. I'm just flipping stuff around. I can't figure it out. All right.
That's a nice hat you got there.
Thanks. Thought I'd mix it up a little bit with the Draplin.
The Draplin hat today.
Yeah, because he's got new action caps that I need to.
I don't know what an action cap is. Can you tell me? That's an action cap. So it's like a trucker hat.
A trucker hat for Draplin is an action hat. Yes, I think it's action cap. I'll look it up. Draplin. Here we are at the Draplin design action cap.
Action cap. Is what That's it is. Nice.
Mr. Aaron Draplin, designer extraordinaire.
You're Mr. Draplin. You don't know me, but I really like black hats.
I can't see your books. I was hoping to be able to see your books. I have a crappy camera. Books? I can't see your books.
I was going to move my books.
I thought that was Spike.
I'm just going to sit over here with my books.
Yeah, there we go. I like that.
Here, look, it's some books.
Look, we both look educated.
Needs to be more thoroughly.
They're books.
We need to fluff the bookshelf. But
all right. So what are we hey, welcome to behind the scenes.
Boys right up here. This is important stuff people need to know.
Where's your Rick Rubin book?
My Rick Rubin book is in the other room because the other room is where I read things.
Oh.
I'm capable of reading in this room, but I was planning to read Rick Rubin in the other room where I normally record.
Right.
But I didn't feel like recording in there today.
So let's talk. I'm paying attention to you. I just need to get my 5 questions ready.
Oh, you don't have your 5 questions yet.
Oh, I do. I have like a list of 30 questions. I just have to pick.
You just have to select which questions we're going to be doing.
So, what would you like to talk about our behind the scenes stuff?
Do you have any critique for us?
Yes, I'd like to critique my goddamn phone not working as a camera.
I'm with you on that. I would like to critique that I don't have all of the books in this. They're just kind of spaced around funny, and it makes it weird. I'd critique that. I would also, but look at this. This is pretty.
What is that?
It's my bracelet.
Oh, it's another bangle. From another
Bangle XO.
Another unofficial sponsor.
This is their square bangle.
I've gathered 3 questions. I need to pick 2 more.
You've gathered 3. You've got to pick 2 more. Well, I'll just help you by sipping on this martini. I've done some thinking. We've got 1 episode recorded and in the can. We have 3 people scheduled, the 21st, 28th, and the 30th. And then we've got 2 people that we need to get scheduled onto the calendar in short order, Jordan and Mark. So that's exciting because I'm really excited about the special rocket science marijuana episode that we're going to do.
I think that will be fun for the both of you.
It will be super fun for us. It will not be fun for you.
I'm not so sure it'll be that fun for me, but that's okay. I really hate to ask. I have a list of rest of your life questions,
Ooh.
And I really hate to ask two in one.
They need to be spaced out, yeah.
Show, but I also have a lot of this or that kind of questions, and they feel repetitive too. So I'm struggling. But the this or that I have in there right now, I think is both very timely and very challenging. So I would like to leave it in there.
I'm excited for another challenging.
Oh, this might work.
Challenging set of questions.
So this is like our production meeting before. This is like we're letting people.
This is our production meeting.
We're letting people into the writer's room to be behind the scenes on the hilarity that often ensues.
Fine. Let's roll up our sleeves. With that energy, I can bring like future. Wait a minute, no. Because when I tried to talk about the upcoming 420 episode, you were like, this is not the 420 episode. I don't think that's what you sound like, actually. But if I could do an impression of you, I would just record. I would take things from the Age of Ultron and just take things that James Spader said as Ultron and play it back. And then that would be my impression of you.
Cool.
I would like to hear from you, Rick. And then also from you, lovely listeners and viewers. If we were to have a thematic show, a show that was about a thing where we talked about a thing, what would it be?
That wasn't like a behind the scenes thing that we like talked about a certain subject.
Yeah, like, I mean, we can only do behind the scenes content. We can only do like writer's room content so many times before it starts to get stale.
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't work for 30 Rock for like 12 years or whatever.
No, they had more writers than we did.
Okay, so we'll divide the number of writers by how many years, and then we'll have it. Then we'll bring on Tina Fey to help us figure stuff out.
I love Tina Fey. She's funny.
Yeah, she's
cute. She's pretty.
What?
Sensible.
Anything for the show that you're feeling like, or do you feel like we've got the show at a point we just need to run it with our current cadence and all that kind of stuff? Or is there something where you're like, I don't really like this, or I hate my feelings. Okay, go.
I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about my feelings.
Go. Let's hear it.
I feel like we need to run the show as it is for a month. We need to nail down our release dates, because that's one of the things that you all might not know, but we're playing around with when we release what. So when we release full-length episodes, when we release short content, how we integrate the shorts with the social media. I think that we just need to nail that down, and we just need to go consistent for a month, because I
see what happens.
Controls. Yeah, I want some controls on it to see, oh, this Friday was really awful, but hey, this Friday was really great. This Friday was really great. We just had an off week. So I think right now it's about us just exploring it with our very interesting guests.
Okay.
Because you and I are both familiar, having done multiple podcasts in the past, that what you start out with is not necessarily what you end up with. And it really needs to take on a life of its own if it's going to continue to be something that's worthwhile, both for us to participate in, right? For us to enjoy, and for our amazing humans that join us.
So let's say that's April. So for April, we will release episodes on a very specific cadence, and we will quit the kind of like we release long episodes on Tuesday evenings and Thursday evenings.
We're releasing long episodes on Tuesday. Do you mean the behind the scenes, this stuff?
Behind the scenes is a long episode. Okay. It's not a short one.
So what's long that we release on Tuesdays?
The behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page.
And then we've been choking. Then we've been just mucking around with shorts, trying to figure out like when is the best time to release those. It seems like where we're kind of honing in is Friday, Saturday, Sunday tend to be good timing for shorts. Monday and Wednesday, most definitely not. And we're already releasing long content on Tuesday and Thursday. So maybe that becomes our cadence. And then as far as it,
no, please go ahead.
And we're talking, when we say shorts, for those of you on the podcast, those are just short format videos that we release to YouTube and Instagram Reels and Facebook Reels and TikTok. But we don't annoy you with those on the podcast because they're only a minute long. So if you're interested in what we're doing there and you're only hearing the audio from the longer episodes, if you're only hearing the audio from the longer episode, please feel free to pop over to the YouTube channel or Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yeah, we're on the Instagram too.
I like Instagram.
We still have stickers left, right?
We have stickers left. We are down, okay. So we are more than halfway through the first batch of stickers.
Okay, cool. So stickers, we still need to move stickers. I would be happy to do another run of stickers before we change things.
I would also say that Rick and I are historically bad at doing holiday cards, but I have determined that 2023 is my year for Mildly Interesting People to do holiday cards. And if you order stickers, which are free, you just say, hey, I'd like a sticker, you get added to the end of year holiday seasonal extravaganza card list. Because
fantastic.
I'm feeling it. I like sitting there and handwriting every single note. Did you know that I have handwritten every single note?
It's true.
Every single note. At the beginning, we were going to divide them up. People that I know, people that Rick knows, and then like people we didn't know we'd share. I'm just doing all of them.
Yeah. So yes, please, if you're comfortable doing so, give us your address. We'll send you stickers. And apparently now we will send you holiday greetings of some sort. And who knows?
Probably New Year's.
We may come up with other things that we send people who sign up for those things.
I really like sending things. It's from my childhood. I loved getting mail when I was a child. I had lots of pen pals.
We might make you a mixtape or something. Who knows? But you have to sign up for stickers before
You've never made me a mixtape.
Yes, I have. Come on.
You've made me a mixed playlist. And you've shared much music with me. You've never made me an actual physical mixtape.
I don't think you have a tape player.
No, but I do have a few mixtapes laying around the house that I found when we were moving that I have no way to play.
Cool. Then I'll just go get a cassette and tell you it's a mixtape.
And then I'll buy a tape player. And
I
then
made this special mixtape. It's all silence. It's the sounds of silence.
Ooh, that's another. I need to add. That's another person that I need to
Paul Simon.
Add to schedule list. It's not the person who made Silence, but the person who made the Permabreath album that I like so much. I shared it with you. We've been listening to it. That person is A, slated to try to do something for us theme song wise, and B, is a phenomenal guest that we can have on our show.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah. I like phenomenal guests too.
Next interview, not the next thing we post, but the next interview on the docket is a musician as well.
That's true. We're ripe with musicians.
Fairly successful musician. Well, and Tracy was a musician.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of music.
Or still is.
I love music. I love music so much. I love music. Okay. Are we ready?
I think so. It's me first. Let me set it up for folks who may not have been here before for this. So,
interesting questions from Mildly Interesting People.
So we are mildly interesting, but we come up with some very interesting questions for one another. These are really just us test driving some questions that might be added to the list for the questions that we ask guests in the future. But if you've watched any of the Mildly Interesting People episodes, we do this quick answer round that we call Mildly Interesting Questions that is just designed to give you some more insights into people's personalities. So it's quick hit. Don't think about it a lot. you have the Family Feud rule of if you're feeling stuck, you can pass, but there's no clock. So even if you pass, you don't get away from that question. You have to come back and work on it. Unless you're Tracy, who somehow pulled a magic card and somehow got away without answering one of the questions.
She answered one of her hobbies, and then I dismissed it as being useful. That's the problem.
Yeah, she dodged it. And if you didn't see or hear that
Tracy,
episode, I will link it back. So you got it. And then we have to go back to Mika, who was our first guest, before we'd come up with this. Who has
agreed to record the questions with us? Yes.
So we'll do just a mildly interesting questions with Mika as well. Cool. So that's that. Mildly interesting questions. I go first and then so Cami asks questions first. I respond first.
Because I'm too hopped up.
Then I come back and ask her, because then you can just fast forward to the end and get the really interesting responses.
You should listen, because Rick hates being asked questions. Just the entire reason I like this segment. Rick, are you ready? All right. You regularly create a number of newsletters, but how many newsletters do you read regularly?
Probably about 10 newsletters that I read regularly. Okay. I would say I read a ton sparsely or in batches, but day to day, I have a morning reading routine that includes probably that many newsletters. Okay.
Should hot cocoa have marshmallows, whipped cream, or both?
I'm a whipped cream guy. Maybe sprinkles. Maybe sprinkles on the whipped cream.
What kind? Like colored sprinkles? Like the rainbow colors?
Chocolate
sprinkles?
Just a little zhuzh it up a little bit.
What about powdered chocolate?
That works. That's fine. That works with me. But yeah, it's whipped cream. Like, I like marshmallows a lot, but more whipped cream on the hot chocolate.
Okay. This is a viewer question, listener question from Mahesh. Have you ever wanted to visit Antarctica? And whatever the answer, why?
Yes. My mom has had the opportunity to visit Antarctica. I've never had the chance to go, but mostly it's so I can recruit a startup for pie, because we've received applications from 6 continents, but not Antarctica yet. So I'm still waiting for that one.
Okay, thank you. Photos in color or black and white?
That's a good question. I prefer color. I like black and white photos. I will regularly alter photos to be black and white, but I personally, from a taking the photo perspective, I like the challenge of composing a color photo with all that depth of color. So, color.
Last question for the week. What is the correct number of pillows per person per bed? Would you like me to repeat the question?
1 per person.
One per person. So you're saying that we have too many pillows?
1 per person.
Okay, thank you. Those are my questions for the week.
All right, that's it?
Yeah.
I did it?
You did it.
No passing?
I am proud of the thought you had to put into the black and white versus color photo question.
That's 3 weeks in a row with no passing.
It's true. He did make it 3 weeks in a row without passing. I, however, have been known to get flustered and scream the word pass.
It's fine. That's part of it.
I'm hoping not to do that today, but I might have to, because
it's not.
You're excited about one question.
No, it's fine. But it's like, that's not a big deal, passing. Like, don't think of it as it's part of the game.
Is it like drinking milk on hot ones?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to follow along with you. Just gonna like, if you need to pass, I'm gonna pass.
Thank you, Sean.
It's all good. So I'm doing what you're doing here. All right. Mildly interesting questions.
Oh, wait, I have to, hold on.
For Cami.
I just got to write down another.
I have a little checklist here. I can check them off as we go. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Question number 1. Writing or speaking?
Writing.
Okay. You can no longer have salt. What spice or seasoning do you put on everything now?
MSG.
That is basically salt. No. Rejected. Answer again. Okay, perfect. Nice. I almost went, and it can't be MSG, because I knew you would do that. And I was like, no soy sauce, no MSG, none of your, what's that brown, liquidy, salty thing? Not fish sauce. No. It's kind of like soy sauce.
Mati sauce.
Yeah, them.
That's just basically soy sauce MSG, I think.
Yeah, I was worried you'd pick that one too. This one may be challenging. This one may be a long answer. Might not survive the short. But I would like you to go into as much depth as you feel compelled to explore on this answer. It's a little weird to throw this into mildly interesting, but I felt like it was warranted.
Okay.
Are you ready?
A lot of hype. I'm ready.
Yeah, you ready?
One more step. Hold on.
It's a why question.
Okay, I'm ready.
Why is Gambit the best X-Man?
Okay. Wow. So I'm just going to go with he's Cajun. That's the short answer. So for your short, he's Cajun.
What does that have to do with anything?
He's Cajun.
So if I'm
let's talk about Cajun representation.
If I'm a mutant with any ability, just so long as I'm Cajun, I'm the best X-Man?
No, that was my short answer. The other thing I think we need to expand on here is you went into that thinking that Gambit is my favorite or the best X-Men. He might be my favorite X-Men. He ranks way high up there. I don't think he's the best X-Men.
Okay, but who's the best?
That's not the question you asked me. I'm going to answer the question you asked me. And you can ask me that question another time.
Well, so let me type. While you're answering, I'm going to type up who's the best X-Man as
So things that I want to talk about Gambit. Gambit is street smart. He is wise. He reads people, which is amazing. He can charge any device that he touches and throw it at someone. So it might just be, I don't know, a card from a deck of cards. And then he's got 52 little charges that he can throw out, but he can just grab anything he wants to. Oh, look, a pin, charge. Oh, look, this beady thing, charge. Oh, I'm not going to throw my martini at you. Oh, look, a rubber band. Charge. Boom. He's a patient and kind and loving person. His ability to try to forge a romance with Rogue, I'm sorry if I'm spoiling anything for all of y'all people, but his ability to forge ahead in a romance with Rogue, knowing that she's never going to be able to touch him and be respectful of her boundaries, he just oozes like sexuality and consent to me, and that is just really amazing. And then lastly, and I have a friend who's going to be really upset about this because in the beginning when I heard this, I thought it was wrong. But he was supposed to be played by Channing Tatum.
Huh.
And also he wields a staff as his primary weapon that's not his mutant ability, like a quarterstaff. He has a staff that he, like, but that he hits people with. And I think that a quarterstaff is one of the most practical weapons possible because you can pick up just about anything: broom handle, baseball bat, a quarterstaff, walking stick, a cane. You could pull the arm off of a refrigerator. You could use the tripod from a camera or from a light fixture. I'm just looking around this room right now, thinking of things that can be used as a quarterstaff. I'm running out of them because this is not a room full of weapons. But I think that's fantastic. I just truly and greatly enjoy Gambit. Also, we know he likes beignets and coffee.
Well, he's Cajun.
Yeah. I love Gambit. I love Gambit. Thank you for asking. Thank you. That was really... Is that the tough one? Because that was really touching for me.
Sounds to me like you think he's the best one. I don't know.
I really like him a lot. I love Gambit. Y'all, who loves Gambit? Let us know if you also happen to love Gambit from the X-Men. I would like to hear it. And I'd love to know why you love him. You don't even have to think he's the best one. You just tell me why you love him.
So confused by the cards. But moving on.
Wait, I want to answer these questions if I can.
No, that's not one of the questions. We can talk about that later.
You're right. I did dismiss your other question that wasn't a question. Okay.
Thank you. We run this program like a court of law. Asked and answered. Move on.
What was that? Was that 3 or 4?
That's 3.
Okay. I'm ready.
4th question. And this doesn't have to be factually correct. It's just a memory question. So if you're like, this is what I seem to remember, but it was wrong or was incorrect, then that's totally fine. That's not what I'm interested in. Okay? What was the last movie you remember seeing in a theater?
Fudge. I want to say John Wick 3 is the last one I have an actual memory of seeing in the theater.
Like a visceral memory of seeing.
Yes, that I know which theater we saw it in. I remember the experience. I remember drinking and eating popcorn and watching it and being like, this is disappointing, but it's still so good. So yeah, cool. John Wick 3 is the last one I remember.
Good answer. Final question. Folks who have seen several of these episodes will realize that I like to leave a real challenging question for the last one. You might have thought that Gambit was a challenging question.
I did. I Gambit should have been a 5th question, but let's go.
This is my question 5 for the week, and I spend a lot of time ordering my questions. It may have been a little last minute this week.
I respect this. Thank you.
But I like to think about the flow of the arc, the story arc of the questions, if you will. So, final
coughing.
Final question for this week, somewhat referential to the last set of questions that I got, not today, but previous. So, little reference there. Are you ready for your 5th and final question of the day?
Yes.
Wallace Wells or Roman Roy?
Wallace Wells.
How can you even not debate that?
I did debate it internally. This is something I've given a lot of thought to. So for those of you who are not familiar with the 2 characters, this is 2 sides of Kieran Culkin, who is, I'm not even going to lie, my favorite Culkin. Didn't know I had a favorite Culkin until I started watching Kieran Culkin as an adult actor. And then I was like, well, obviously Kieran Culkin. Wallace Wells is still redeemable as a human. Roman is so deeply broken. He's not sprained or fractured. He's just such a deeply broken human, and I still look forward to seeing what he's going to do. But I took would I rather be friends with Roman Roy or Wallace? And I'd rather be friends with Wallace.
Huh. All right. Good answer.
Thank you.
For folks who need more context, Wallace Wells is a character in Scott Pilgrim versus.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I said that.
Roman Roy is a character in Succession, which the latest season is coming out here soon. So I thought this rather timely to ask that question.
It's even more timely because today was my daughter's 21st birthday, and what she chose to do with her morning was come over here, open presents, eat brunch, hang out, and snuggle with me while we watch the 3rd season of Succession. So, super perfect question for today. Thank you.
Nice. Well done. That's all 5. I've checked them all off. I accept all of your answers, and they will be submitted to the official archive of Mildly Interesting Questions. Congratulations.
Is there a protocol? Thank you. Thank you so much. Is there a protocol for what happens if one of us rejects an answer?
What do you mean? You can't reject.
Well, you just said
answer.
You accepted all of my answers, which implies that you could also reject them.
It's like a notary. It's just like, yes, those are answers.
Okay.
That you've submitted. They might not be right, but you've submitted
What's
them.
Wrong? What's wrong with my...
I said they might not be right. I can't judge whether they're right or wrong. I can only take what you give me.
May I ask you a question that's not one of your 5 questions?
Sure.
You have not even alluded to, just flat out said that you have some Scott Pilgrim questions for me. Is that one of the ones that you had?
That was one of them, yes.
That counts as a Scott Pilgrim question. Okay.
Well, why wouldn't it?
I just wanted to make sure, because it was Scott Pilgrim and Succession. And my heart. I think we might be watching Igby Goes Down this evening.
I don't know if I'm in an Igby mood.
No? Succession it is!
For folks who need more context, Igby Goes Down is Kieran Culkin's like breakout movie hit. Although
I will also point out that he was in Home Alone.
He was, yes. He's the one with the big round glasses who wets the bed. But in Igby Goes Down, he really, like, that was the independent film that really brought him into the fore.
And interestingly, with Kieran Culkin, I absolutely adore Kieran Culkin's acting. Specifically, I don't actually know much about his personal life, but I adore his performances. Like, he's not so much a personality. Those other actors, all personalities of a sort. And he's just like, I just have so much respect and admiration and affection for the broken characters that he plays.
Well, and that's my question, is like, how much is really acting? Like, is that just Kieran? Is that just Kieran dialing it up a notch?
Maybe he's totally a mentally healthy individual. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Till he comes on the show and I can ask him. I don't know either.
Put him on was he already on the wish list? Probably. I think he's on my wish list.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Please.
I mean, if he wasn't, he's just implied on the wish list. Kieran Culkin, if for some reason you're seeing this, I'm sorry we made you uncomfortable, but we think you're an amazing actor, and come on the show and we'll ask you some mildly interesting questions.
True. Because we ask everyone, not because
also,
you're special.
Wallace Wells, greater than
Roman Roy.
Roman. I would like to mention they're both WWRR. That's interesting.
It's like Stan Lee naming characters.
It is like Stan Lee named his characters. Okay. I think it's time. Oh my gosh. It's late. Y'all, whatever time it is for you, it's late for us, because we are people who like to go to bed early, and I think we should eat dinner and stop talking to the internet people.
Cool. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with us behind the scenes on Mildly Interesting People. We have a new episode coming out on Thursday. That'll be both
with
podcast.
A wildly interesting person.
Yeah, great conversation. Both podcast and YouTube content that'll be coming out then. As always, any feedback, questions, advice, we would appreciate hearing from you in the comments or via our pod inbox. And
you'll link that pod inbox up below?
Yeah, I will. And then I think that's all we've got for this week.
I think we need more pod inbox feedback.
Hopefully, if you do pod inbox, we will play you on the air, likely. So,
unless you're awful,
there's that. Could be awful. We could use that feedback too.
No, I'm telling them not to be awful. They can say that we're awful. That's fine. I don't care.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, I won't like it, but I don't like. That's fair. I'm saying they shouldn't be awful.
Cool. All right.
Bye. I'm gonna make dinner.
Until next time, friends. Hopefully I'll see you next time on the better camera. All right.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. Goodbye.
And we're done.
Good afternoon.
Bye.